Welcome back to another beautiful day in the land of music. My name is Douglas, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Smart Chord feature on the M-Audio Oxygen Pro. Now, the really cool thing with chord mode is that you can play a single note on the keyboard, and the controller is going to fill in the rest of the notes in that chord according to the voicing in the key that we have set up. So let's jump right in. To turn on chord mode, you're going to press the chord scale button once. The light is going to stay lit. If it were blinking, you'd be in scale mode. So you want to make sure that the light is not blinking. It's just illuminated. That means you're in chord mode. By default, the controller is going to be set to the key of C, a voicing of 1-3-5, and a type of major. To change this, we have two options. The first option is to hold Shift and press the chord scale button to go into the edit screen. We're going to click down on the rotary encoder to select the chord edit. And then we've got a few different options here. The mode, whether it's smart or custom. I'll talk more about that in a minute. The key, we can choose from a bunch of different keys. The type, whether it's major or minor. And then the voicing. So we can do a 1-3-5, 1-3-7, or a custom voicing. Again, I'll talk about that here in a minute. The last option here is split. So if we wanted to split and only have chord mode on a certain zone on our keyboard, we could set the first and last note of that zone in the MIDI channel as well. The other way that we can change parameters is by using the keys on the keyboard. And you'll notice that there's labels above the keys for key, voicing, and type. And you'll notice it says chord mode right there. So let's go back out of our edit menu. And all we need to do here is hold Shift and then tap the key that corresponds with the label of the parameter we want to modify. So let's say we want to change this to the key of D, and then we want our voicing to be a 1-3-7. So we're going to tap this because the label 1-3-7 is there, and then we're going to keep it in a major key. So now if I play this, Smart Chord's going to play a 1-3-7 chord in the key of D major. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting the root note of that chord. In this case is going to be the D and then a G. I'm hitting a quick B in there. If I were to turn chord mode off and just play that, it would be a 1, 3, and a 7. So you can see, it makes it a lot easier, and I can actually play the chords a lot faster if I use Smart Chord. Again, to quickly change keys, change voicings, I can just hold Shift, go to the key of G and a 1-3-5 and a minor. Now it's going to be playing the G minor. And if I turn chord mode off, very simple, very quick. I like that they give you the option to quick change parameters without having to dive into the menu. So that being said, let's talk about the custom mode. So if we go into our edit menu, go into our edit chord menu, and in mode, we're just going to push down on the encoder and we're going to change that to custom. Now you've got 6 different notes that you can incorporate into your custom chord. So I have 2 options to set this up. I can set each note manually by going and scrolling through the note, setting it, moving on to note 2, setting it. But the faster way is to start in the note 1 position, press down to edit, and then I'm just gonna play my whole chord, all 6 notes. And what it did is it set, and I'm gonna press down to set that, it set all of my notes for me just by playing that chord while I was modifying note 1. So now if I go in, very easy. If I want to change those notes, I just go into note 1, press down, play the 3 chords I want, and you'll notice that it says note 4. Now I have a value in note 4, so I'm just going to make that turn that off, go to my 5th position, turn that off, and my 6th position, and turn that off, because I only want those 3 notes. Basically the 1-3-5 voicing there. You'd be better off to use a standard 1-3-5, but that is one thing to keep in mind. If you do use all 6 and then you switch to a custom that only has maybe 4 notes, you're gonna have to clear the 5th and the 6th. Otherwise, those are gonna stay from the previous time you set the custom. Again, also in custom mode, you could split this. So if you have maybe the 61 key and you want only the lower half to play the smart chords and the top half to just be non-smart chord playing, you can set those split modes up right here. So the last parameter I want to talk about is in the global menu. So let's back out and hold Shift and tap global. Scroll to the left and there's a parameter here called chord mode. And you can see out of the box, it's set to the keys. So right now, but if I play the pads, no chords. I can actually change this to be keys, pads, or both keys and pads. So I could set it to pads, or I could go in and change that to keys and pad. So hopefully that gives you a good grasp of what you can do with chord mode. My plan, and actually the original reason I bought this, is to hook it up to my Nord Stage 3, turn chord mode on, and be able to just tap a note and play a full chord with a pad while I'm playing full piano along with that. So I'll have a video coming soon demonstrating connecting it to the Nord Stage 3, performing that, and showing you how to use that maybe in a live setting at church or at some other place where you want to have a chord pad and then be able to play piano and then just tap the root note of the next chord without having the pad playing along with everything you're playing on the piano. So be on the lookout for that. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like this video if you found it helpful, and if you have any questions, throw them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer those. Stay inspired and keep making that music.